I thought she was visiting a friend. Then I found the pregnancy test. When you're in a relationship, there's a certain kind of trust you build. It takes time, it's delicate, and when it's broken, it doesn't just crack, it shatters into a million sharp pieces. My girlfriend and I had been together just under a year. It wasn't a long time, but long enough for me to fall hard for her. We didn't live together, but we were exclusive. At least I thought we were. We were both full-time professionals. Life was busy, but we made time for each other. We texted throughout the day, spent weekends together, and even talked about moving in once our leases ended. She was affectionate, fun, the kind of person who made everyday moments feel a little more exciting. Everything was going great until Jesse. She mentioned Jesse casually, like he was just another name in her phone, a friend from a few years ago. Jesse had 2 kids. Raising them on his own after a divorce or breakup, never got the full story. My girlfriend would speak about him with this soft look in her eyes, admiring the way he handled single fatherhood. She said he needed someone to talk to, someone to lean on. She became that person. Every spare moment she had, she was on the phone with him. At first, I brushed it off. I didn't want to be that guy, the insecure boyfriend controlling who she talks to. But the signs were stacking up. We'd be out at dinner, and she'd excuse herself to take his call. At a new Italian place I'd waited months to try, she walked outside halfway through appetizers and didn't return until our entrees were on the table. 15 minutes of me sitting alone, wondering what kind of friend required that level of attention. Still, I tried not to overreact. She insisted they were just friends. She said, "Not everyone wants to sleep with their friends, you know?" With that tone that made me feel like the bad guy for even asking. Then she dropped the bomb. She was going to visit Jesse, 2 states over, for a week. She said it like it was no big deal, just a catch-up visit. "I'm going to see Jesse next month," she told me. Not "can I," not "what do you think," just a statement. When I asked if I could come along, she shut that down fast. "You have work, it wouldn't make sense." Of course I had concerns. What guy wouldn't? But she dismissed them all. "You think something's gonna happen with 2 little kids running around?" We argued, a lot, but eventually she agreed to share her location with me while she was there. "To ease your mind," she said. Still, that whole week she was gone, I was a wreck. She'd send me updates, photos of parks and zoos, pictures of the kids, but it all felt forced, like she was trying a little too hard to make things look normal. Her location stayed consistent. Jesse's house, family-friendly places nearby. No red flags, just that persistent gnawing feeling in my gut. When she got back, she was cheerful, showed me pictures, talked about how adorable Jesse's boys were. But when I asked to see a photo of Jesse, just him, she scrolled for a bit, then shrugged. "I don't have a good one. They all have the kids in them. Weird." But I let it go, or tried to. Then came the Target order. About 2 weeks after she returned, she asked if I could pick up some things she'd ordered online: shampoo, lotion, deodorant. She was running low, and I was already heading that way. No problem. I went to the counter, gave her name, and they brought out a bag. Inside was a pregnancy test. I stood there frozen. I double-checked the order, her name, her phone number. No mistake. Confused, I asked if there was another bag. Sure enough, the employee came back with a second one, the items she actually told me about. Turns out there were 2 orders made under her account, about 12 hours apart. I left without saying anything, sat in my car for 10 minutes, just staring at the test. Why would she hide this from me? Why send me to pick it up? I knew it couldn't be mine. We were always careful, always. I never finished inside her. Too risky, especially with our careers. We'd talked about kids someday, sure, but definitely not now. Not like this. When I got home, I gave her the shampoo bag. Nothing more. I waited to see if she'd say anything. She didn't. Hours passed. We watched a movie. She laughed like everything was fine. Finally, I asked her about the pregnancy test. Her eyes went wide. She claimed she didn't order one, said maybe her sister did. She sometimes uses her account. Maybe it was for tracking PMS. Her sister lives 20 minutes away, has her own target, is married, has a kid. Said multiple times she's done having children. None of it made sense. When I pressed further, she got defensive, said I was being paranoid, insecure, that maybe it was a Target mix-up, but I saw the receipts, both orders under her name, her number. Still, I had no hard proof, just a storm of suspicion and a test she tried to bury. After that, things got weird. She started taking her phone everywhere, even the bathroom. She'd switch apps when I walked in, started drinking more. Like when we went out, she ordered multiple cocktails and pointedly said, "See, not pregnant." It felt like a performance. The test vanished. No trace of it anywhere. Sex became less frequent, once a week maybe, and it felt robotic, distant. She wasn't into it. She wasn't into me. One night, she said she was going out with her friend Ashley. I got in my car and drove past the bar they usually hit. Her car wasn't there. Later, she told me all about Ashley's relationship drama, rattling off details like she was reading a script. It sounded rehearsed. I was spiraling. A part of me wanted to confront Jessie, but I had no contact info. And honestly, what would that accomplish? So I did what I promised myself I wouldn't do. I checked her iPad. She gave me the passcode months ago when I fed her cat during a trip. I typed in her birthday, and it opened. The messages were all there, everything. Her and Jessie, explicit, detailed, laughing about me, saying how gullible I was, that I bought the story about nothing happening while the kids were around. They weren't even there. Jessie's parents had taken them for 2 nights. She told him she was late, that she was freaking out. He told her to take a test. A few days later, she texted back, "False alarm, not pregnant, just stress." He replied with a relieved emoji and, "Not ready for kid number 3 yet. LOL. I wanted to vomit. They had history too, old hookups, reconnecting behind my back. I wasn't just a boyfriend, I was a cover. I felt like a fool. When we were at dinner, she was texting him under the table. When she kissed me goodbye, she was laughing at me an hour later. I decided I couldn't live in the shadows of my own relationship anymore. I went to her apartment. She tried to delay the meeting, said she was busy, but I pushed. She finally agreed. When I got there, she acted normal, like everything was fine. Offered me a drink, tried to cuddle up next to me on the couch. I pulled away. "We need to talk," I said. I told her I knew. I said I saw the messages, that I read everything. The color drained from her face, panic, then rage. "You went through my private messages? That's so messed up." She didn't deny it. She just tried to flip it on me. "We're not married. You don't own me. You had no right." I asked for her phone, told her to show me the messages. Of course, she refused, claimed I misunderstood them, that Jessie and she had a flirty relationship, that they had a way of talking that sounded worse than it was. I didn't buy it. I left her keys on the coffee table and said, "You cheated." Plain and simple. Goodbye. She didn't stop me. Later that night, the texts started coming. "I'm sorry. He was an old boyfriend. I didn't know how to tell you." The messages were old. Then, he got me drunk. It wasn't supposed to happen. She tried every excuse in the book: denial, anger, guilt, remorse. But none of it mattered. I blocked her number. I talked to my friend Eric, told him everything. He said his ex did something similar, came crawling back years later after the guy she cheated with bailed. He warned me she might do the same, but I won't let her. I gave her everything: my time, my trust, my heart. She threw it away for someone who sent her winking emojis and pull-out game-strong texts. I don't care how lonely I get. I don't care if she realizes what she lost. I'll never go back, because when someone shows you who they really are, you believe them.